Today we're looking at the worst black creatures in Magic the Gathering in the entire game. I'm going to start off with Phyrexian Negator. This is a hilariously bad card. They used to see a lot of prominent play. It's a 3-mana 5/5 horror, trample. Whenever Phyrexian Negator is dealt damage, sacrifice a permanent for each 1 damage dealt to it. Man, back then they really punished you for your creatures taking damage. If Jackal Pup, remember Jackal Pup, the red 2/1 little dog that if it gets dealt damage, the opponent is that player is also dealt damage. This is significantly worse. If this card gets lightning bolted, your whole board blows up. So make sure you don't have a Phyrexian Negator out. Funny enough, this actually was a pretty good card at the time because there would be some decks, like combo decks, that wouldn't even have any damage that they could even deal. So if you like Dark Ritual this thing on turn 1, it's not bad. You know, 5/5 beater, turn 1, absolutely not too bad. But by today's standards, it's completely terrible. You don't want it. You do not want to put a Phyrexian Negator in the range of any creatures. You don't want to attack with it. You don't want to block with it. And you most certainly don't want to get Lightning Helix or some other nonsense like that. Okay, moving on. We've got Indiana Jones with the Grave Robbers. Great. Ooh, this is a very classic looking card. You have to summon the robbers. 3 mana for a 1/1, and for a black tap, take 1 artifact from any graveyard and remove it from the game. Also gain 2 life. Look at that. Black has artifact removal. Sort of. Under a very strange conditions, but also has life gain, okay? Can't underestimate that life gain. I don't know anyone who would actually need this card. It's on the reserved list. It's a very unique effect for black. Sort of. I mean, they have graveyard hate. This is the weakest of the graveyard hate. What would you like to play with? Leyline of the Void, which permanently exiles your opponent's graveyard, or you want to play with the Grave Robbers? You tell me. Random 8 says Phyrexian Negator is fun to play when you donate it. Oh, of course, everything's more fun to play when you give it to somebody else. Is Larf with a Skull Collector? We're gonna collect some skulls around here. Skull Collector is a 3-mana 3/3 Ogre Warrior. At the beginning of your upkeep, return a black creature you control to its owner's hand. Oh, maybe like our own Skull Collector, and then for 2 mana, regenerate Skull Collector. This is pretty pointless if I have to bounce it back to my hand, if there's nothing else on the battlefield. And if I created like a bunch of tokens, why do I even care to have this thing in the first place? I'm just thinking there's so many green creatures that are like 2 mana and they're as big as a 3/3 or better, and they can also regenerate, and they don't have the downside of bouncing your board back to hand. Hello, Mudasir. Good morning. We got John here. John, do you have a new avatar? We have Zulaport. Zulaport Enforcer, to be specific. Okay, Zulaport Enforcer we have for a black. Oh yeah, every level up card is a bad level up card. Prove me wrong, chat. Lighthouse Chronologist doesn't count. The Zulaport Enforcer is a black human warrior, and for 1 black. Level up for 4. So I mean, we're basically spending 5 mana to make it a 3/3, but we have to spend an additional 4 mana just to get it and it's still a 3/3. 9 mana and still a 3/3. So at 13 mana. We have a 5/5 once we get it to level 3, and it can't be blocked except by black creatures. You got to be kidding me. It's not even unblockable. You would think at this point it has shadow or something. You know what's a good thing? Artifact creatures can't block it for some reason. It's not exactly fair. John says, I do have a new avatar. It's the Survival of the Fittest Judge promo artwork. It is. I bet you just got one. And you're so proud you have to show it to everybody. Why not? That's what Magic is all about. We got our first super chat of the day. We got from Boulder. Thank you very much for your super chat, Boulder. Freshman Steed. Freshman Steed or Fleshman Steed? I think you mean Fleshman. You had freshman in your mind, but it's the Flesh Mad Steed. 2 mana for a 2/2. Whenever another creature dies, tap Flesh Mad Steed. The color, all about destroying creatures. You know, this is the color of Doomblade. You know, it dies to Doomblade. And it's any creature, even your opponent's creatures. This is Grizzly Bear -7. It's a significantly worse Grizzly Bear. I don't know how you make any use out of this. Whenever a creature dies, you tap it. Is there like an equipment that you can use to untap this card and maybe get some sort of ability off of it? Probably not. Not a whole lot to work with here. Anyway, Fleshman Steed, this is a terrible card. Okay, next up, let's take a look at Indiana Jones with Grandmother Sanger. Seen many times on this show. The 5-mana 3/3 human wizard, 2 mana, tap. Target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. It was the Bowmasters at the time, okay? Today, Bowmasters comes into play, pings things for 1. Grandmother Sanger for 5 mana, and waiting 1 turn, you can start picking off the 1 toughness creatures as well. They're basically the same. Fallen Ranger says, was there ever a good level up creature? All I've seen were terribly overcosted ones. You could argue Lighthouse Chronologist was the only good one ever. Big Mike with the big super chat. This is going to be a hottest take this morning. Necropolis Fiend. Necropolis. What about it? At first, it seems pretty good, but then you realize that the way to get it out necessarily gimps its other ability. So it's basically, it stifles the other ability, huh? So we have 9 mana for a 4/5 demon with Delve. Each other, so it's got Delve, flying. Pay X, tap, exile X cards from your graveyard. Target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn. That is correct. If you shrink your graveyard to nothing, then you have nothing to activate for this ability. Okay, and that super chat, Big Mike, it was a super big super chat, so we will donate that to another person. Stormy Cat, Fallen Cleric. We have for 5 mana, a 4/2 zombie. It's a zombie cleric. Oh, sorry, it's Fallen Cleric. Protection from clerics, which is not the most useful. Clerics sometimes are on defense, I suppose, so like they can't block it. And it's got more for 5 mana. It's a really niche, narrow ability. Something other says, oh crap, your enchanted Fleshmad Steed is attacking me. Doomblade's my own creature. Oh no, you have to do it before they attack. So like the Fleshmad Steed, where is it? You could be like, declare my attack, and then you could kill your own creature. You can kill your opponent's creature, and then it taps the Fleshmad Steed. It's terrible. Okay, how about this, Argentina? You want a super chat? This is on compliments of Big Mike. Sima Yi. The Wayfield Marshal. 100 miles worse than Nightmare. 100 miles, huh? So we have 6 mana for a star 4, and its power is equal to the number of swamp cards you have in play. It's interesting that it says swamp cards. Oh no, okay, the errata says just swamps. Its power is equal to the number of swamps you control. So what are you saying, Nightmare is a bad card, Argentina? Is that what you're trying to say? Nightmare is not a good card? Was it bad the entire time? Toads, Demonic Hordes. It's a very, very classic looking card. This is, what is this? 6 mana for a 5/5 demon. Tap, destroy target land. At the beginning of your upkeep, unless you pay 3 mana, tap Demonic Hordes and sacrifice a land of an opponent's choice? Oh, good God. So we're both going down together. I'll take out my opponent's lands, but not before they take out my lands as well. At the beginning of your upkeep, unless you pay 3. Oh, wow. I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. You know what? This is 6. I mean, you can't Dark Ritual this thing in play or you're screwed. But I mean, you can pay that 3 mana every turn. This looks really good at the time, and that time was beta. Mudasir is like, I won't hear any rotting Regisaur slander. That thing plus a Great Henge was peak standard experience. It's you know what? It's a pretty good card for a card that looks bad. Marcio, Inverter of Truth. No. Inverter of Truth. Do you know that this card is actually banned in a format? Did you know that? It's banned in Pioneer. It's one of those cards that are so bad that it ends up being good in a specific situation. So for 4 mana, it's a 6/6 Devoid Eldrazi flying. When Inverter of Truth enters the battlefield, exile all cards from your library face down and shuffle all cards from your graveyard into your library. It was like it was a Thassa's Oracle enabler. So you played Inverter of Truth first. You have like very few cards in your graveyard, or the cards in your graveyard were insane. They're like, it was all gas. And then eventually you win with Inverter of Truth. Yeah, Bind and Pioneer for combo stuff. That's right. So it's like a card that it looks bad. You know, objectively, like outside of the card was worthless, and it's gone back to worthless. But I mean, if you consider Thassa's Oracle, then it actually becomes good again. Oh, Hexenort, Kane, Treacherous Dragon, Traitorous. Is it traitorous or treacherous? It is traitorous. Or is that just how you spell treacherous? Oh, it's a dragoon, not a dragon. I thought this card was a dragon. I'm slightly disappointed. 3 mana for a 2/4 human knight. It's got jump. It's got the ability jump. Everybody, congratulations, you can jump. During your turn, Kane has flying. When Kane deals combat damage to a player, that player gains control of Kane. If they do, you draw that many cards, create that many tap treasure tokens, then lose that much life. It's a card, you're giving value all around with this card. You don't get to keep it though, that's for sure. We have another super chat from Marcio. We did this one already. I'm donating this. In fact, I basically sniped you because I was the person who started the whole thing. Okay, so we're gonna donate that to ZZ Master. Thank you very much for being here. Zombie Assassin. You have something against the zombie assassins? Oh no, I thought this was going to be Zombie Master. Okay, so for 5 mana, it's a 3/2 Zombie Assassin, and tap, remove 2 cards in your graveyard and Zombie Assassin from the game. Huh? Oh, from in play. Okay, destroy target non-black creature. It can't be regenerated. I don't understand, actually, why it's called the Zombie Assassin. Can anyone explain this to me? It sounds like it's not even killing zombies. Remove 2 cards in your graveyard to destroy target non-black creature. There are non-black there's white zombies out there. It's true. It sounds like this thing looks, and it is a creature, is a zombie, and it's this, oh, it's just a zombie that's an assassin. It's actually not assassinating zombies at all. It's a very confusing name. Very, very, very confusing name. It's like, yeah, I don't have any other analogy. Yeah, he's just a zombie himself. And also happens to be an assassin. It should be zombie, comma, assassin. If you know what I mean. Okay, Von Ragnar, don't you love 3-for-1ing yourself and you can't even kill anything? Yes! That is correct. Cerise with Chimney Imp. Chimney Imp is a 5 mana 1/2 imp flying. When Chimney Imp is put into a graveyard from play, target opponent puts a card from their hand on top of their library. Target opponent puts a card from their hand. Oh, it's sort of like a weird discard effect. Sort of. It's card disadvantage for the opponent, that's for sure. But for 5 mana, 1/2 is pretty pathetic. Next, we got a super chat coming from John, the Desecration Elemental. It's cast, then it's dead. Is that right? Okay, so we have a 4 mana 8/8 elemental. Looks like the end boss of some sort of video game, maybe Metroid. It's got fear. Whenever a player casts a spell, sacrifice a creature. Good God. It's not even a creature spell. They cast anything. In today's Magic the Gathering, it would never survive turn 0. If you put this card in play immediately before the game started, it would be gone by the first player playing on turn 1. Someone will play several 0 drops and a 1 drop, and it's gone. Not even good to give to your opponent. Oh yeah, you can't even do that because you play it and then you're like, donate. Desecration Elemental triggers. And then you could play Stifle to stifle the trigger, but then there'll be another trigger on top of that trigger. It's got triggers on top of the triggers, but it's got fear. What do we need to do? Okay, hold on. I think we need, okay, step 1, we need humility in play. So you get humility. All creatures lose all abilities. You play your Desecration Elemental. Then you donate it. Then you destroy your humility and you humiliate your opponent. But then it doesn't even work. They just sack this thing if they really need to sack something. Or you play multiple spells on the stack so that even after the Desecration Elemental is sacrificed, there's a bunch of other sacrifice triggers. That's a lot of work to make someone to sack their board. But you know what's not that much work? Buying cards from FusionGamingOnline.com. They've got a wonderful website with tons of inventory. I'm going to the Fusion Open this weekend, March 21st to 22nd. It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to play some Paper Modern. Might even play some Paper Standard. Apparently, the Standard event is free. Come one, come all. Just bring a Standard deck. Can anyone lend me a Standard deck out there in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada? I'm also going to get my cards. What is the beautiful deal of the week this week? Deal of the week is... Oh, it still might be 15% off all Secret Lair singles and box sets. Get them while they're hot. Always check out for the new deal of the week. And the Lorwyn Eclipse, I have to get my Merfolk. I'm going to use coupon code Nikachu to buy my Merfolk to get 5% off all my purchases. Plus, it also supports the channel. And back to our regularly scheduled programming. Okay, where are we here? Felicia with the Razor Jaw Oni. Razor Jaw Oni is a 4-mana 4/5 demon spirit. Black creatures can't block. And you're a black deck. At the very, so at least this thing can't block. And by the way, all the future things that you're gonna play can't block. This thing's not even cheap. It's cost a whole 4 mana. 4 mana for that. We got ripped off. So you bought a leaky sink. You can't even return it. Next we got another super chat coming from Boulder. This is the Dripping Dead. Take a look at Dripping Dead. Okay, for 6 mana, it's a 4/1 zombie. This also can't block. So if we have this plus the Razor Jaw Oni, then we super can't block. It deals combat damage to a creature, destroy that creature, and it also can't be regenerated. Destroy. Well, at least it's got like death touch-ish. You know what I mean? Sort of death touch. Von Ragnar, but imagine with Painter's Servant, all your creatures unblockable now. Is it like all black creatures? Black creatures can't block. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so that actually has an upside. There's some upside to you, Razor Jaw Oni. Yeah, Painter's Servant means no one can block anything. It's just complete chaos. Rin with the Dross Harvester. Didn't know we can harvest Drosses around here. 3 mana for a 4/4 horror. Protection from white. That's good. At the beginning of your end step, you lose 4 life. That's bad. Whenever a creature dies, you gain 4 life. Well, that is going to combo perfectly with almost all these cards that force you to, like, sacrifice creatures to keep them around. This could be a really good card in a deck full of bad cards, if you catch my drift. It balances itself out. Solfam with Reclusive White. And by white, it means zombie, I believe. Yeah, it is errated to a zombie minion. It's a 4 mana 4/4. During your upkeep, if you control any other non-land permanents, sacrifice Reclusive White. What the hell? What, am I not allowed to play cards around here? These cards are all just punishing me for playing things. All these black cards are like, oh, you want to do something? Okay, well, you have to sacrifice me first. You know, I'm number 1, or I'm not around here at all. Turiat with Moraphin. Morinfen. Morinfen is a 5 mana 5/4 flying creature. Cumulative upkeep of 1 life. Not quite Sarah Angel. Sorry, not quite Shivan Dragon either. Actually, no, sorry. Shivan Dragon, I think, was like 6 mana, wasn't it? Sarah Angel was only 5. We got Benjamin Chatbot here with Veldrain of Sanger. The Veldrain? Oh, Veldrain of Singer. It's that guy from New York. Oh, can't remember. Lost in New York? No, it's that movie with the guy with the eye patch. First he was in New York, and then I think he was in LA. Okay, so Snake Plissken? 7 mana for a 5/5. And for 3 mana, Forest Walk and -3/-0 until end of turn. What the hell? Oh, it gets -3/-0 and gains Forest Walk until end of turn. You gotta be quiet. You gotta sneak through that forest very quietly. Sword deals less damage that way. Escape from New York and LA. That's what I was thinking of. Every single time I see someone with an eye patch, Snake Plissken. Other people think of pirates. I think of Snake Plissken. Tresaru with Veldrain. We did Veldrain of Singer. It's right here. It's right here. We're looking right at it as we speak. Archangel New Darylor. Okay, we have a 4 mana 4/4. Black spells you play cost black more to play. That's right. We need to tax ourselves to death. We like taxing ourselves to death around here. Absolutely atrocious type of card. Oh, so they made the Leech card back. This is a Fallen Empires card. No wonder Fallen Empires cards were so bad. They're looking at this. How is this going to be useful? And then someone came to the conclusion it won't. It will never. This will never be good. Hence, Fallen Empires will never be good. The VTuber channel with you say it works in Aristocrats. There's a lot of cards. Yes, I mean, in some sense, a lot of these cards can work in Aristocrats with the if it requires sack outlets. John with Vel. Did we just look at that? No, I think that. Okay, I'm gonna go to the front. Let's go to the front of the line here. Does every card with Sanger in its name suck? It's possible. Summer Mermaid Star says Rotting Regisaur. We just said earlier that it was okay. I gotta feed this a discard during my upkeep. That could be good. You know, I really don't think actually this is the worst type of card in black. It is a very, very large creature for 3 mana. I mean, that's big. It's a 7/6. At the beginning of your upkeep, discarding a card that actually can be good by today's standards. There's a lot of cards that want to be in the graveyard, and Rotting Regisaur is going to help get them there. I actually don't think this is one of the worst cards out there. It's Tenacious Rock says Rotting Regisaur is great with the Gitrog Raventide Ride. See, look, there's a lot of defenders of the Rotting Regisaur. What do you guys think? Rotting Regisaur, yay or nay? Let me know in the comments section in the aftermath of this show. So it's not even that much of a downside. It doesn't punish you for not being able to discard. That is true. It's not like Masticore. If you don't discard, you sacrifice it. It's a completely different world. Chally. Tabrax. Hope's Demise. This is sort of a newish card. You're just basically slapping someone in the face for playing this thing. 3 mana for a 2/2 Demon Cleric flying. Tabrax Hope's Demise has lifelink as long as it has 5 or more +1/+1 counters on it. That's a lot of counters. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Tabrax. If the creature was a cleric, you may draw a card. If you do, you lose a life. Wow! Cleric hate out there. Or maybe you want to be the cleric deck. Is this for like the demon? I guess this is for like the demon cleric deck. It's a weird combination. Baldur, are you interested in making it? If you play with demons and clerics at the same time, you can draw some cards off of your clerics. This creature's not that bad. You know, I think of every... Here's the thing. I know every single cleric deck wants a certain density of clerics on the battlefield. You know, like those Soul Sister life gain cards. And the less clerics there are on the battlefield, the worse your cleric deck is. So this is just all in on your Tabrax. VTuber says Black's theme is greatness at any cost, but these cards are lameness at too great of cost. It's also poverty at you want to be bad at a really high cost. They want to pay a lot to be bad, to be old-fashioned. John with Bog Hoodlums. Bog Hoodlums is a 6 mana 4/1 Goblin Warrior. Can't block. Hopefully that's not a problem. When it comes into play, clash with an opponent. If you win, put a +1/+1 counter on your Bog Hoodlums. Oh, wow! We have a whole +1/+1 counter. We better not spend it all at once. Okay, we have another super chat from Marcio. Thank you very much for your super chat. Yukora the Prisoner. Maybe she can be free. Okay, Yukora is a 4 mana 5/5 Demon Spirit. When leaves play, sacrifice all non-ogre creatures you control. It's probably all your creatures, to be honest. Imagine making a deck just full of all these really bad cards. You could put them all together. We could tax our Yukora the Prisoner with those other cards. We can play it for 5 mana around here. Next up, Mappius, Legions of the Limb Duel. Legions! There are many of us. Legions, oh sorry, of Limb Duel. This is a 3-mana 2/3 zombie. It's got Snow Swamp Walk. Not Snow Walk, not Swamp Walk. Very specifically, the Snow Swamp Walk. There is a very, very few decks where you're going to make this thing unblockable. Borderline none. Even by today's standards, I think the key colors that see the most play in Snow would be everything but black, to be honest. Green, blue for sure, then a little bit of white, and then red for those Scred players out there. Black is the least popular color to make. You could almost say like Snow-Covered Swamp deserves to be on this show for the most part. Tresaru, keeper of the keeper of Tressorhorn, keeping things. We'll just say that. 6 mana for a 6/6. When it attacks and is not blocked, it deals no damage to defending player. Well, what's the point of you attacking? This turn, so it won't deal any damage this turn, and that player loses 2 life. So what? You basically a 2-power creature. Effects that prevent or redirect damage cannot be used to counter this loss of life. What the hell is the point of this thing? What, just be a blocker at 6 mana? It is a keeper, I guess. Better on defense than on offense. But Snow-Covered Swamp isn't a creature. That's right. That's why it's not actually on this show. It's not why it's actually here. Quiet Man with Enslaved Horror. Enslaved Horror is a 4-mana 4/4 horror. When it comes into play, each other player may return a creature card from their graveyard to play. Ah, yes! The classic Mercadian Masks cards, which are so bad that they're well, I'm not going to say they're good, but they're fun. I'll tell you what's good about this card. You're probably going to get everybody attacking each other. So long as you do not bring back something super danger from your own graveyard, everyone else is going to find themselves to be the threat, and they'll attack each other and not you. So this can actually divert people away from you. When it comes to each other, it's like each other player gets to reanimate something. You don't get to reanimate anything. Nothing whatsoever. Okay, next up, we got a super chat from Cerise. Thank you very much for your super chat. The Androdite Leech. This is a second taxing card. A 3-mana 2/2. Black spells you play cost black more to play. And for a black Androdite Leech gets +1/+1 until end of turn. But it's going to be a little less pumping. It's funny, it's a taxing card, plus it has a very taxing ability that you have to spend a lot, you have to sink a lot of mana into. You're not going to have that mana for this card if you keep paying extra black for your other spells. Completely useless. This is a second self-taxing card in black. Are there any more? What are they thinking when they made these cards? Beautiful plumage, though. It's a very nice looking card. It's not, don't get me wrong, it's a very, very nice looking card. We got Kelduin's the Evil Eye of Urborg. Evil Eye of Urborg. It's an eye. It looks evil. It's a 5-mana 6/3. Non-eye creatures you control can't attack. Now, whenever Evil Eye of Urborg becomes blocked by a creature, destroy that creature. Non-eye creatures. Oh yeah, okay. So you have to have entirely an eyeball deck. By the way, Homunculus doesn't count. Not actually an eye. Huge flavor fail. Homunculus. Imagine being a Homunculus on this team. It's like, sorry, Homunculus, you can't attack. You're not a real eyeball around here. It's basically being discriminating against the homunculuses. Oh, next up, no Cyclopses either. Well, Cyclops is like a little bit more than an eyeball. I can totally see that. They've got like these usually giant, big bodies. What are we gonna call a pirate with one eye Cyclops? But you know, I get what you're talking about. Jeff with the Abyssal Persecutor. Aside from giving it to your opponent, I'm not sure why I would want to use it. This card was it's a 4-mana 6/6 flying trample. You can't win the game and your opponents can't lose the game. The point is to beat your opponent down to almost nothing and then kill your Abyssal Persecutor. So you can get your opponent down to like -2 life. And they can't lose the game for having -2 life. But then if you sacrifice your Abyssal Persecutor to like maybe any other card that you've seen on this show, then you actually, what's it called? Then you win. Then you would win the game. So this actually card is a little too good for this show. A little too good. We did Phyrexian Negator. Sorry about that, Wraith Knight. Very good. In fact, I was the one who suggested it. I might have sniped your suggestion. I've sniped everybody's suggestion. Okay, Archangel New. Big, useless creature. The Cosmic Horror. Classic art, too. 6 mana for a 7/7. It's got first strike, though. At the beginning of your upkeep, unless you pay 6, sacrifice Cosmic Horror, and it deals 7 damage to you. Good. Yeah, that's classic Magic the Gathering. You want a big creature? Well, you're gonna have to pay for it to stay in play. You have to pay for it. You have to pay for it to play it, and then you have to pay for it to have it stay. That's how it works here. There's no free anything. It's not free to play. It's not free to keep. We got... Okay, we have to... Jinxie says, I've seen a combo with Abyssal Persecutor and another card that trades cards with your opponent. Oh, you did like a switcheroo? Like literally a card called switcheroo? Just trade the cards around? Okay, who has no card yet? Wraith Knight, unfortunately, we did that one. Firefox, I don't think, got a card. Bog Serpent. Bog Present? No. Bog... Serpent? Okay, I'm spelling this wrong, horribly wrong. Serpent, there we go. 6 mana for a 5/5. What's a planar chaos card? It can't attack unless defending player controls a swamp. Oh, it's got Swamp Home. Whenever you control no swamps, sacrifice your Bog Serpent. Yeah, it's Swamp Home. They brought back Swamp Home. I don't even know if there was Swamp Home in the first place, but they have it. I guess this is a planar chaos card. They were trying to just copy the island version. We need... there's a few cards... No, Urborg. Yeah, we just need Urborg in play, and it can attack easily. Did the time of the show change? Yes. Just to remind everybody, or anyone who's new or old, the new time. Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Tuesdays, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we got more super morning shows, but also super evening shows. And I'll tell you what we also have. We also have sponsors to these shows. Sponsors like Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards on Magic Online to play any deck, any format you want on the digital platform Magic Online. You can play Standard, you can play Pioneer, you can play... If you're trying to play Standard or Explorer on Arena, is it still called Explorer, or do they actually have Pioneer? You're stuck with your cards. You can't change them after that. But if you rent cards with Mana Traders on Magic Online, well, you can swap your decks and cards as much as you want. You can play infinite decks and infinite formats. No, don't be committed to anything. Use coupon code Nikachu _649 for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. All right, and back to our regularly scheduled programming. Explorer's gone. Now Arena has Pioneer. Is it real Pioneer? Do they have every single Pioneer card? They probably all have all the good ones, I suppose. Okay, we got Tenacious Rock is looking for a card. Remember, if you haven't got a card yet, just say NCY and your card. Ascendant Evan something. Ascendant Evankar from Nemesis. Well, I don't think they're gonna have the second type of creature. Oh, you literally want the art? There you go. We got the one from Nemesis. 6 mana for a 3/3. Flying. Other black creatures get +1/+1. Non-black creatures get -1/-1. What's bad about it? This card is good. This card is too good for this show. This card's amazing. It's gotta be bad card. We want the worst black creatures in the game. Non-black. I mean, it's bad if you're putting it in a non-mono black deck because it'll affect your creatures as well. But it'll snipe your opponent's creatures. There's millions of non-black creatures in this game with 1 toughness. Like, the tokens. The stupid little 1 dinky tokens. We got Feel Good with Filthy Cur. Buffs your opponent's black creatures also. Well, I mean, you're a black deck. Yeah, it's a little symmetrical. Also, and it's 6 mana for a 3/3. But you gotta look at the upside. It like kills your opponent's all the 1 toughness creatures. There's a lot of them in this game. Filthy Cur, it's a 2 mana 2/2 hound. When Filthy Cur is dealt damage, you lose that much life. Oh my god! It's another Jackal Pup. I didn't know they had more Jackal Pups in this game. This is a more expensive Jackal Pup on top of that. This was from a newer set. They watered the cards down big time. 7 cats in a suit is like Dono. Brother stream when? We might be able to work something out in one of the evening streams. It's possible. Okay, who wants one of the donos? Okay, we'll give it to Lestian. You want a dono? We got Shauku Endbringer. Shauku Endbringer is a 7-mana 5/5 legend flying. When Shauku Endbringer cannot attack if there is another creature in play. You're 7 mana. What are the odds there's nothing in play? During your upkeep, lose 3 life. Tap, remove target creature from the game, and put a +1/+1 counter on Shauku. Oh! So it's basically not a very good card to attack with, but it's actually a good card to just sit there. Let simmer. Gonna let the Shauku Endbringer simmer and eventually completely overwhelm. Well, I don't know it eventually, but like, you know, it's like a more chunky Royal Assassin. Very chunky Royal Assassin. CDH player says, "Hey Nikachu, how are you today? I am happy to be on live for the first time. Fallen Cleric. Let's take a look at Fallen Cleric. I'm doing great. Oh, we have a 7-mana 4/2. Oh, wait, we saw this one. Sorry about that. Try to find another one. We did this one already. Very, very good card. Sorry, not good. Very, very bad card. But it's been done. Epic Nate with Zagras. Thief of Heartbeats. Gold card disqualified. It's gotta be mono black. Sorry about that. We're gonna do a gold show one day. It's gonna be full of wonderfully terrible cards. We got Soth with Mold Demon. The Mold Demon. It's a work of art, people. 7 mana for a 6/6. When Mold Demon is brought into play, controller must sacrifice 2 swamps or Mold Demon is buried. They should also have a card that's like Soap. I don't know what Soap would do. I don't know. Soap gains when Soap enters the battlefield, you gain 5 life. Destroy all Mold Demons in play. Something stupid like that. You know what I mean? It's perfect artwork. It's you know, it's neat. It was artwork when artwork was really cool back in the day. It's a classic. We got Alex with a huge super chat. It's been a while, bro. Here's one. Cabal Inquisitor. I have this sitting in my binder. Okay, Cabal Inquisitor. You say it's just sitting there. You got a foil one? It's for 2 mana. It's a 1/1. It's got Threshold. So if we have 7 cards in the graveyard, we can pay 2. Tap. Remove 2 cards in your graveyard from the game, which makes Threshold even harder. Target player discards a card from their hand. Play his ability only anytime you can play the sorcery. This card's terrible. It basically works against itself to make your opponent discard cards they probably don't even have in their hand anymore. They don't even have it in their hand anymore. Okay, that super chat was so big, we're gonna donate at least some of it to Voltlin over here. Voltlin loves super chats. Enemy of Enlightenment. Oh yeah, this is a 6 mana 5/5 flyer. Enemy of Enlightenment gets -1/-1 for each card in your opponent's hands. Oh god. So they just have to, like the blue players, they're like, okay, that's easy. I'll just draw a bunch of cards and I'm back in business here. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player discards a card. Okay, that's at least that's good. Oh, wait a minute. In Commander, this compounds for every player that you have in the game. -1 for each card in your opponent's hands. So if one person has 2, another person has 1, another person has 2, it's dead anyway. It's just dead always. There's no way this card's gonna sit and play. Impossible. For Ginka with the Blind Creeper. Sounds like a Minecraft character. At this point, it's my staple. What does that mean? It looks like a leech. So 2 mana 3/3. Whenever a player plays a spell, Blind Creeper gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Well, hot damn. I can't imagine any scenario where this card is good. Oh, maybe when people are completely locked out of the game from playing cards. That's the only way we're gonna make this card work, I think. We got Phil Goad. Oh, it's not Phil Good. It's Phil Goad with the super chat. Infernal Denizen. Infernal Denizen is an 8 mana 5/7. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice 2 swamps. If you can't, tap this creature. And an opponent may gain control of a creature you control of their choice, as long as this creature remains on the battlefield. Tap, gain control of target creature for as long as this creature remains on the battlefield. This is awful. You can't tap this creature and an opponent may gain control. So I need to have a bunch of swamps in play. I'm going to lose all my swamps super quick, though. This thing needs to have haste, so I can make some use out of it before it's gone. Corbinek, Mindless Null. 3 mana for a 2/2. Can't block unless you control a vampire. It's a very weak, very, very, very weak draft card amongst all cards. We got Christopher L here with Cyclopean Mummy. For two mana for a 2/1. When Cyclopean Mummy is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, exile your Cyclopean Mummy. It's not even. It's crappier than a grizzly bear, and it doesn't even stay in the graveyard for all the shenanigans that Black likes to do. They fill their graveyards for reanimation and so on. Christopher B, I don't think you got a card yet today. Let's go with Desecration Elemental. We did this one. I swear you were there. Did we do Putrid Cyclops? Putrid Cyclops. It's always good to have a backup card. We didn't do Putrid Cyclops. Okay, we have a 3 mana 3/3. When Putrid Cyclops comes into play, you get to scry 1. Then reveal the top card of your library. Okay, so your opponent's going to see what we put on top. Putrid Cyclops gets -X until end of turn, where X is that card's converted mana cost. Oh my. So if we scry 1 to the bottom, we are just gambling. We're gambling for the Putrid Cyclops could be dead. This is the worst scry card in the history of scry cards, in the history of Magic the Gathering scry cards. It's like opening a present on Christmas and getting broccoli. It would be worse. You could open a present on Christmas and it like blows up in your face. We got the Doug Way Filthy Cur. If that's already done, no. Oh yeah, it has been done. Spineless Thug. Let's do Spineless Thug instead. People love their terrible black creatures. This is a 2 mana 2/2. Spineless Thug can't block. All these cards can't block. But they don't have anything. They don't have anything on offense to make them useful. Who are the blockheads who designed these cards? Well, you know, back in the day, they did have some explanation for these terrible cards. Like, they purposefully made bad cards so that you knew which ones were the good ones. These days, they're like, we don't do that anymore. Everyone knows if it's a vanilla creature, it's bad. So we don't see so many of those terrible, super terrible cards like we used to. But I believe there was a game design strategy around making really crappy cards, so you obviously knew which one was the good one. It made your rare look that much better in some stupid way. Okay, we got so many no card yets. We're gonna get to everybody. We did the Flesh Mad Steed though. Midawishans. Sorry about that. So just try to get another one. Dustin Newby with Francisco. Foul Marauder. This is a 2 mana 0/1. Is this a bird? It's a bird pirate. Flying. The Foul Marauder can't block. So that was like literally your only job, man. Whenever one or more pirates you control deal damage to a player, Francisco explores. Oh, maybe you can attack and be worth something one day. It also has partner. I don't know who'd want to partner with you. You end up being like that person who gets picked last on a team. Beefy Taco, Giant Slug. This is weird. Big eyeballs extending out of their brain. It's a 2 mana 1/1. Now for 5 mana during your next upkeep, choose a basic landwalk ability. Giant Slug gains that landwalk ability until end of turn. This is one of the best cards we've seen all day. This actually has a useful card. Yeah, actually has useful ability with no downside. Only downside is expensive. Unblockable is unblockable though. Lunas Knight says, it's amazing how many creatures are worse than vanilla 2/2 bears. That is correct. There's a lot of cards that are worse than a grizzly bear. Blocked by the Great Wall of Ba Sing Se. Yeah, one damn. Hey, look, we can suit it up with equipment or something, you know? Step 1, get an unblockable creature. Step 2, you know, win somehow. We have CEHD player with Death Knell Kami. This is a 2-mana 0/1 flying. For 2 mana, Death Knell Kami gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Sacrifice it at... What? Sacrifice it at end of turn? That's it? Oh, I think the idea is... It also has Soul Shift. Okay, when this is put into a graveyard from play, you may return target spirit card with converted mana cost 1 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, there actually is something to this card. If you have infinite mana, you can kill someone with it. So you can... It's basically a mana sink for any infinite mana combo. Because you sack it at end of turn, so you can have this. You can pay this ability as many times as you want. But other than that, if you don't have infinite mana, thing's not gonna live for very long. Burns bright and then dies. When it exerts itself, basically pulls out its entire life. We did the Androdite Leech Mercenary. Yeah, that one's been done. El Winter says, wasn't the logic back then that only green was allowed to get bears without downside? It's possible. Yeah, it's possible. I would not doubt that at all. Okay, who else has no card yet? The Big Squig! With Ghosts of the Damned. Well, damn. It's a 3-mana 0/2. Tap. Target creature gets -1/-0 until end of turn. It's not even a black thing. Isn't that, like, very blue? I think that's a blue thing that they would do today. Tenacious Rock's like, I do miss old Magic design. What, when they have, like, a bunch of bad cards in it? That doesn't that doesn't make Wizards of the Coast any money. They can't make so much money off of bad cards being printed. They learned their lesson from Fallen Empires. No one wants to buy bad cards. Jinxie with the Doomsday. That's a hardcore combo card. It's one of the best cards. And also, we're looking at just creatures today. Doomsday isn't even a creature. Kamigawa was awesome. Yeah, Kamigawa. Were you being sarcastic? Kamigawa was awesome, and you got the snooze emoji. Little Deadfly Pus Cami? That sounds disgusting. Yeah, that's a real name. 7 mana for a 3/3. It's a spirit, and for a black, sacrifice Pus Cami, destroy target non-black creature. Also has Soul Shift. These cards are too expensive for what it does. Just unbelievably too expensive. Blood Pet. I think there's some people that like Blood. I think there's people that like Blood Pet out there. I don't know if this is the worst card, or is it? Does it see any play? I would never play this thing because it's only a black for a 1/1, and when you sack it, you add a black to your mana pool, so it's like a weird ramp card. Corbinik, you can fling it. Say that about anything. It's a fling target. Use it to fling. Pet is good. I wouldn't play it personally. Okay, does anyone else? Okay, El Winter doesn't have a card. Pain Racker. Oni. Okay, the Pain Racker. 5 mana for a 5/4. That's not so bad. It's got Fear. That's not so bad. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature. If you don't control an ogre. Huh? At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature if you don't control an ogre. Oh, so I need an ogre in play. I guess an ogre is this guy's best friend. You don't play black, though. I don't. And that's why I would not play it. It would never happen. A Blackbird, Darylor. Darylor is a 4-mana 4/4. What is this? What is even this? It's like a frog that's also a minotaur or something. Okay, it's a Thrall. Black spells you play cost black more to play. Again? Did we see this earlier? Is this the same card, or was there a completely? We did this one. Okay, I just didn't remember the name. I didn't remember the name. I was like, there's a third card that taxes each other. Okay, sorry, we did this one already. Do you never play black even in draft? Can't play black in draft if I never draft. Okay, we got Josia. I think it's Joshua Medin with Season, Perverter of Truth. This is a 5 mana, 6/5 Demon Spirit. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player loses 2 life and draws 2 cards. Oh my god. Okay, in some world, and maybe this is good in a burn-ish type of deck where you want your opponents to lose life every turn. But you're probably going to help them find an answer to this card. And then you're in deep doo-doo. Josia? Is that? Okay, well, sorry. Well, look. It's hard to tell where some names start and end when it's a big string of words. I'm just telling you, it's hard to tell. I think we did Evil Eye already. Or did we? Evil Eye, Orms by Gore. Orms by Gore. Is it the one only eyeballs can attack? Oh, no, we didn't do this one. This is a 5 mana 3/6. Non-eye creatures you control can't attack. Homunculuses and Cyclops discriminated against. And Evil Eye of Orms by Gore can't be blocked except by walls, which is also a bit weird. This looks like the all-seeing eye in the space. Next we've got... Who did I see here? Has no card yet. A lot of people don't have cards here. We got Karabaja with Drinker of Sorrow. Sounds like a horrible person to bring to a party. It's a 3 mana 5/3. It can't block. Apparently no creatures know how to block. None of the black creatures. Whenever Drinker of Sorrow deals combat damage, sacrifice a permanent. It's terrible. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. I guess this isn't... Well, you can't even donate it, this thing. Because if you donate it, then it will do nothing. Whenever it deals combat damage, sacrifice a permanent. It's worse to have around. What's that? Misery brings friends or something like that. So there's some sort of saying like that out there. Oh boy, with Spiteful Bully. Spiteful Bully is a 2 mana 3/3. At the beginning of your upkeep, Spiteful Bully deals 3 damage to target creature you control. Well, deal 3 damage to yourself and be done with it. Old Boy ain't been seen yet. Where is Old Boy around here? I just did Old Boy. Old Boy has been seen. Misery keeps company? Is that the saying? Misery loves company. Ah, that's what it is. There we go. The whole deck is misery. Sorry, we could build a whole deck out of these cards. It's all miserable. Next, who has... Season is best friends forever with Shieldred, though? Oh my god. Where is that one? This one, yeah. Shieldred plus this card. So everyone loses 2 life, and then they draw 2 cards, and they lose another 4 life. That actually could be lethal. Interesting idea. I like it. Okay, Matt with the Bog Rats. All the bad cards have the word bog in it. Bog or Senior. Black 1/1. Bog Rats can't be blocked by walls. Good for you. Good for... That's really nice that you have that ability. Unbelievable ability. I guess we're at... yeah, Indiana Jones says, add no card yet to your card request if you haven't had a card yet. That's correct. So NCY means no card yet. You haven't been part of the show. I really want everyone to have at least one shot at being at the being part of the show until I get to people who have... See, everyone here, we got Hexnord says no 2 cards yet. And once I get everybody who has not got a card, I'll start going to the people who haven't had 2 cards yet. Nat Miser. From Mita Wishance. We got, for a black, it's a 1/1. It's another rat. Each opponent's maximum hand size is reduced by 1. Oh! That might be never. That will be useful never. No, get it reduced by 3. Now we're talking. Travis with Blind Creeper. Oh, I think we did this one. We did this one, Travis. Sorry about that. You can try suggest another one. We also did Phyrexian Negator. Anybody a fan of this guy? Well, back in 2000, it wasn't so bad. He's even cute. You mean the rat? You're a rat person? I don't think Nat Miser is terrible. He's even cute. Some people like to have rats and mice for pets. I think mice are cute, actually. You know, I feel bad about catching mice and throwing them in the garbage with the sticky pad and so on. Creepy art. I think you're talking about the last... Which one? This one? Okay, who else has not been part of the show? Okay, I guess I'm going to start looking at no 2 card yet, people. Okay, Cerise with Extremely slow zombie. I'm pretty sure this is an unset card. Illegal. Has not been super chatted. You can get silver border cards with super chats. Extra slow. Reducing opponent's hand size isn't the worst either. It's not the worst, but by 1 is not that big of a deal. Next we've got Michaeling Order of the Ebon Hand. Oops. Order of Ebon Hand was a great card 20 years ago, but is considered trash by today's standards. 2/2. Oh, sorry, it's a 2/1 for 2 mana. Has protection from white. Those are pretty good stats just by right now. Double black, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn, and for a black, it gains first strike until end of turn. I would say this card's pretty good. Even by today's standards, it's not too bad. You have protection from Solitude, Prismatic Ending, March of Otherworldly Light, every white commander, which is like half the commanders out there, because everyone plays with multicolor commanders. Hey, look, they don't have protection from... Do they have protection from colors anymore? Or we just delete that sort of thing? Is that like not an evergreen mechanic? It's probably a super feel-bad mechanic, but we got to bring it back. We need more protection from red and protection from white and protection from black. You can even have protection from blue if you really want to. Okay, no 2 cards yet. We have Hexenort with Kalak Scion. This is a 3-mana 7/2, and that's it. Arguably better than Routing Regisaur. Arguably worse in some cases. Captain Rumia, Carrion Ants. Carrion Ants is 4 mana for a 0/1, and for 1 mana, Carrion Ants gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Look, if you have infinite mana, you can win with this card. Infinite mana is the solution to everything. If you have enough mana, you can do anything you want. Skulking Killer. For 4 mana, we have a 4/2. When it enters the battlefield, target creature an opponent controls gets -2/-2 until end of turn if that opponent controls no other creatures. Oh, so if they have 1 creature, it's basically, your life is about to get worse. Oh no! The skulking, it's like more of a stalking killer. Oh, they're gonna snipe this person in the alley. Poor unsuspecting person. And then their child's gonna come out and become Batman. Your thoughts about Frankenstein's monster? This is a useless card, isn't it? Frankenstein's mobster? Frankenstein's monster. Black X. As the creature enters, exile X creature cards from your graveyard. If you can't put this creature into its owner's graveyard instead of onto the battlefield, for each creature card exiled this way, this creature enters with a +2/+0, +1/+1, or +0/+2 counter on it. I think it sucks. I think it's too much work. I think you might as well play the... There's that black delve card these days that gains all the abilities of all the cards that it delved away. We got Travis. Travis is back with Carrionet. We have not done that one. Carrionet is a 2-mana 1/1 skeleton, and for 4 mana, remove Carrionet and target creature from the game. That creature's controller may pay 2 to counter this ability. Use this ability only if Carrionet is in your graveyard. Oh, so it's removal from the graveyard. That's very interesting. See, this is the type of stuff that you discard with Rotting Regisaur and actually comes back to life. This creature may pay 2, so they just have to be tapped out. This is interesting. I don't doubt that it's bad, but it's a very unique ability. Maybe we should have more cards like this in the future. Very, very cool card. We've got Barbed Back Worm. Apparently, Christopher B is 28 minutes behind. Don't worry, I got your card, Christopher B. You'll find out that we did your card. 5 mana for a 4/3 for a black. Target green creature blocking Barbed Black Worm gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Step 1, we need to get blocked. Step 2, we need mana to sink into this thing. The Big Squig, Infernal Denizen. Did we do this? I think we did this. 8 mana for a 5/3 during your upkeep. Sack 2 swamps. If you can't, you gotta tap this. Target opponent may, and what is it? Tap. Its ability is tap. Gain control of target creature. Lose control of that creature if denizen leaves play. I think we did this. Yeah, we did this. It feels very familiar. Two yet. Sorry. Teutonic Nightmare with Ravenous Vampire. Gonna have to be running some kind of token spam for this. You might. So for 5 mana, it's a 3/3 flyer. And now during your upkeep, sack a non-artifact creature and put a +1/+1 counter on Ravenous Vampire, or tap Ravenous Vampire. Yeah, so you got to... you absolutely need to... Sorry, what's it called? These cards only work if you have tokens. But, you know, if you have a token strategy, like, why do you want to dump it into this thing? It's only once a turn anyway. You have to sack one of those tokens to get this thing one power larger. Black Lands Geo with the super chat. Flow of Maggots. They're flowing. Flow of Maggots is a 3 mana 2/2. It's got cumulative upkeep of 1. I mean, I'm sold right there. Whatever ability it has, it doesn't matter. Cannot be blocked by non-wall creatures, but still can be blocked by walls. Which used to be popular back in the day. You have no card, Kano? We done Mold Demon? Yeah, we did do Mold Demon. Jason with Minion of Leshrac. Isn't that a good one? Hold on. We'll go with Minion of Tavesh Shat. Wow. I've never seen this thing. 7 mana for a 4/4. At the beginning of your upkeep, Minion of Tavesh Shat deals 2 damage to you unless you pay black. Tap, target creature gets +3 -2 until end of turn. It's the weirdest pump card. You know, you'd think that if you spend 7 mana on something, you're probably just going to win the game with it itself. Oh, you know what you could do with this card? You have to give it vigilance, attack, and then after block, tap it. Yeah, you have to. It's shat on itself. Kano, forgot about the stream. Yeah, don't forget about the stream, Kano. Okay, we'll let the show run for a little bit longer because people seem to be in a very good creative mood today. It's pump, but also removal sometimes. That's true. I believe we did Chimney Imp. Did we do Chimney Imp? Yeah, we did Chimney Imp. Sorry about that. We did Veldrain of Singer. Ferginka wants Ebon Praetor. Didn't we just do that like a few seconds ago? Oh no, we didn't. Oh, this is like just a weird card. The 6 mana, first strike trample. It's a 5/5, which is a pretty decent looking creature. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a -2/-2 counter on this creature. Okay, so I guess this thing's not going to live for very long. Sack a creature, remove the -2/-2 counter from the creature. If the sack creature was a throw, we put a +1/+0 counter on this creature. Okay, Michael wants Grandmother, Singer, or Arena. This is your third card here. Grandmother. No, I think we did Grandmother. Did we do Irina? Irina Singer. Okay, white enchantments and green enchantments each cost an additional 2 to cast. For the hate against the enchantment decks. You know, so many of those enchantment decks have like these cost reducers. We gotta jack up the price on that stuff. Blink Somniac. Thank you very much for your super chat. Phyrexian Vatmother? That sounds disgusting. It is exactly almost like I was thinking. Look, it's a bunch of vats on some creature. That is just weird. Okay, so for 4 mana, it's a 4/5 horror. In fact, at the beginning of your upkeep, you get a poison counter. Why? Okay, we're going to take one more from chat. Thanks to Blink Somniac. Extending the show a bit. We'll go Karabaja, Face of Fear. We got for 6 mana a 3/4 horror, and for 3 mana discard a card from your hand. Face of Fear can't be blocked this turn except by artifact creatures and or black creatures. So very, very expensive for some very, very poor evasion. Okay, that's it for today's show. It was a great show, actually. We had a lot of great cards suggested. And as usual, we do this show, well, not as usual, the usual now, New times, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Be there in the morning, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Tuesdays, Thursdays, we do it night shows, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Could be the morning if you're in Asia. So we're gonna nail people from all over the world with these new times. Thanks everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And of course, we gotta thank the coffee crew for being here today. The Zyber Nation, people like Lil Deadfly, Michael Ing, Summer Mermaid Star, Toads, the Big Squig, Indiana Jones, Felicia, Christopher B, 28 minutes behind, but always here when the show's about to end. Ferginka, Mercenary. We got Cerise. We got Z's Master. We got Hexenor, Benjamin Berkey, Michael. We got Jason White. We got Gaster Buzzer and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees. And we're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves. And I will see you at the next cup.